So, good day everyone. So, here's our recorded video about another application of first order differential equation. And that application is specifically mixture problems. So, again, itong mga problem na to is hindi mo ma-apply sa engineering talaga. It is simply just real world uh, situations. But itong mixture problem kasi is we need to discuss kasi from time to time lumalabas din 'to sa board exam, which is very basic lang naman 'to. Okay. So ang gagawin natin or objective natin for this discussion is simply, first, understand the concept of mixture of solutions. Second is to analyze problems related to mixture of solutions by modeling differential equations. Okay. Mixture problems, usahin natin. A very useful application of the solution of a first order differential equation is in the application of the amount of solute as a function of time for a problem involving mixture of two different solutions. Customarily, for this type of problem, is a brine solution or salt solution mixed with fresh water or another brine solution of a given concentration. The objective of the problem is to determine the concentration of the mixture with respect to time that has elapsed. So basically, what meron tayong fluid which is water and naka-mix yan sa isang salt solution natin. Siyempre, yung salt solution na yun, naka-mix sa salt to create a salt solution. For that specific salt solution, meron siyang amount. And since nag-flow yan out of the tank, let's say, tapos merong another inflow, parang from time to time, nababawasan yung amount ng salt natin within that salt solution. Pero meron tayong figure mamaya para mas maintindihan natin. Okay? So, concentration, define muna natin. Lahat naman tayo is nag-undergone chemistry and alam natin ang concentration. It is simply the amount or mass of solute dissolved in a volume of solvent. Mathematically, concentration C is equal to the amount, wait lang, niloloko. The amount, ulit, ulit, yan. The amount of salt per unit volume of the salt solution mismo. Okay? Yun yung concentration natin. Kung gaano karami yung salt natin dun sa mixture natin. Yun yung concentration. Okay? To simplify the problem, it is assumed that only physical mixing is involved, no chemical reactions, and that the mixture inside the tank is completely mixed. That is, the concentration of the brine solution in the tank is uniform all over. Okay? May figure tayo mamaya kung paano talaga nagwo-work yung mixture problem natin. So, let A be the amount of salt inside the tank at any time t. So, sabi natin kanina, meron tayong parang tangke, tapos meron siyang solution or di kaya salt solution. Mixture yan ng salt natin and also yung water natin. Nagflo-flow out yan dun sa tank natin and also meron ding nagflo-flow in. So basically, to solve for the change in the amount of salt per change in time, it is simply yung magiging amount ng salt na nagflo-flow in dun sa tank natin minus the amount of salt na nagflo-flow out dun sa tanke natin. And to solve for its value, simply, ang magiging amount of salt flowing in is simply yung concentration, C sub I, ng inflow natin times yung R sub I natin, which is yan yung tinatawag nating volumetric flow rate. Ang volumetric flow rate is simply yung amount or yung volume na nagpa-pass through sa isang cross-section natin per unit time. Or simply, kung isang unit volume per unit time lang yung volumetric flow rate natin. Okay? Minus, again, yan yung concentration natin ng outflow times yung magiging rate or di kaya yung volumetric flow rate ng outflow natin. Okay? So ito lang yung kailangan nating formula. Tapos dito na iikot yung magiging equations natin or differential equation natin. Again, amount of salt flowing in minus amount of salt flowing out. And if you do unit analysis, ang magiging unit for this is simply yung amount which is usually in mass, pounds or in kilogram yan per unit time natin. So, usually per second and so on. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi kong figure kanina. Pero basahin muna natin. If applicable, drawing figures would be a great help in solving mixture problems. Just like our previous applications, we will be modeling the amount A of salt at any time t. That A is a function of t. So basically, yung magiging amount dito, ito yung tangke natin. Yung amount ng salt dito sa solution natin, dapat gagawan natin siya ng equation with respect to time t. Yun yung pinaka-objective natin. Okay? So ang gagawin natin is, 'di ba sabi natin kanina ang solution natin is hmm, simply ito, meron tayong parang nagsusupply ng mixture of salt and water. Tapos magsusupply siyempre magfo-flow dito sa tank natin. And also meron tayong ah, nagtatanggal naman ng mixture or di kaya ng salt solution natin. There are cases na I mean, siyempre itong supply natin is meron siyang specific na concentration and also meron siyang flow rate. And also siyempre, hindi ibig sabihin na yung pumapasok dito na concentration is yun din yung lumalabas. Yun kasi yung pumapasok dito, minimix dito, tapos siyempre yung magiging concentration nito, yun yung magfo-flow out. Hindi always equal to. At some point mag-i-equal yan pero usually hindi yan equal, okay? So yan yung concentration na magfo-flow out and yung speed or di kaya yung volumetric flow rate na sinasabi natin kung ano yung amount ng volume na nagfo-flow out at a specific unit of time. Okay? So ito yung simple mechanism of mixture problems natin. So there are also two cases sa magiging problem natin. So there are two types of mixture problems and the volume of the solution must be properly absorbed. Yung first type natin is simply equal yung inflow at saka yung outflow natin. Yung amount or di kaya yung volume of water natin dito na pumapasok is also volume of water, solution na lumalabas. So basically, kapag yung ganun yung mangyayari, since equal yung papasok and equal yung lalabas, walang mababago dun sa volume dun sa tank natin. So basically, since the flow rates are equal, the volume remains constant at any time t. That is, yung volume natin at any time t is equal to the initial volume or V sub O. When unequal naman yung inflow and outflow natin, syempre, let's say mas mabilis yung inflow natin at mas mabagal yung outflow natin, syempre expect natin na mas tataas yung volume ng tubig natin. Vice versa naman, if mas mabilis yung outflow natin compared kay inflow natin, mas kokonti or oonti yung volume natin. So basically, magkakaroon ng changes in volume with respect to time. So when we are going to create an equation for the volume of this solution within the tank, simply ganito yung magiging equation natin. The volume at any time t is equal yan sa initial volume plus the flow rate natin times t minus the inflow rate, minus the outflow rate times t. And if you do analysis, ito kasing flow rate natin is simply volume per unit time. Times i-multiply mo sa time, magka-cancel yung time natin. So, it will give you a volume and also for this one. So, basically, yan yung magiging equation or solution natin for the volume per unit time natin. Again, that is for an equal inflow and outflow natin. Okay? Let's proceed. Sample problem na pala kagad. Basahin natin. A tank contains initially 100 gallons of brines holding 150 pounds of dissolved salt in solution. Salt water containing 1 pound of salt per gallon enters the tank at a rate of 2 gallons per minute, and the brine flows out at the same time. If the mixture is kept uniform by stirring, find the amount of salt in the tank at the end of 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hours. Okay? So, i-solve natin. Ang pinaka-goal natin dito is to create an equation of the amount of salt in the mixture per unit time. So, yun yung gagawin mo natin. Using yung formula natin, malamang sa malamang. So, recall natin, ano yung formula natin kanina? 'Di ba sabi natin kanina, yung magiging amount of water natin or di kaya yung change ng amount of salt natin pala with respect to the change of time is simply yung amount of water flowing in or simply C sub I times R sub I minus C sub O minus times again times R sub O. So, kailangan muna natin hanapin si C sub I, R sub I, C sub O, R sub O. So, basahin natin yung problem. Sabi niya, a tank initially contains 100 gallons of brine holding 150 pounds of dissolved salt in solution. Ang sinasabi niya lang dyan is simply yung at time t is equal to 0, yung volume ng tank natin or di kaya nung salt solution natin is simply 100 gallons. Yun yung volume natin. Or initial, ba't nawala? Wait lang. Or yung magiging initial volume natin at time t is equal to 0 is simply 100 pounds. And also, initially, may sinabi siyang amount of salt natin, which is sabi niya 150 pounds daw. So, yung magiging initial amount of salt in the given solution is 100 pounds. So, etong dalawang condition na to is at time t is equal to 0. And then sabi niya is, salt water containing 1 pound of salt per gallon. If you do analysis, meron daw tayong 1 pound of salt per gallon. That is simply mass per volume. Ano na nga yung mass per volume sabi natin kanina? It is simply, or yung amount per volume, it is simply the concentration. Or yan yung concentration na nag-e-enter daw kasi enter sa tank or inflow. C sub I pala dapat yan. So, erase. This is C sub I equal to 1 pound of salt per gallon daw. So, yan yung concentration na pumapasok dun sa tangke natin. And also, sabi niya na may rate na 2 gallons per minute. Rate na 2 gallons per minute. Isa lang naman yung rate natin, di ba? It is the volumetric flow rate. So, yan yung R sub I natin. R sub I is equal to yung 2 gallons per minute. So, we can now substitute or meron tayong na-miss na mga given. Wala na, nagamit na yung mga given natin. Sabi niya, if and the brine flows out at the same rate. So basically pala, etong R sub I natin is simply, oops, yan din yung R sub O. So basically, ito yung first type natin. Wherein yung flow rate natin in papasok is equal to flow rate natin palabas. And we can assume, or di kaya conclude na yung magiging volume natin all throughout is consistent or constant. Walang mababago. Okay? So, let's proceed. Don't forget na hindi porket equal tong R sub I and R sub O natin, mag-i-equal na yung concentration natin yung inflow concentration natin dun sa outflow concentration. Kasi yung, tangke natin is nagbabago din yung concentration, okay? So, magbabago din yung outflow or concentration ng outflow natin. So, ang gagawin natin is simply i-substitute na natin yung mga given natin sa, equation natin. So, yung magiging dA natin over dt is equal to C sub i natin is given by 1 pound per gallon. Ang gulo naman. Ulit, equal yan sa 1 pound, no, 1 pound per gallon times yung R sub I natin is 2 gallon per minute minus yung C sub O natin, that is the concentration. Pero sabi natin kanina, ang concentration is simply ano, C is equal to the amount of salt per volume. Okay? Eh ano ba yung amount of salt natin? Siyempre, initially, we have yung ano, wala, joke ko lang. Yung amount of salt natin is nagva-vary yan per unit time. So basically, yan is mag-i-stay yan as a variable. Kasi mag-change yan per unit time. So let's set that as A lang. Pero yung volume natin is alam natin, with respect to time, hindi na nagbabago. So constant siya. And it is given as 100 pounds. And yung R sub I natin, ay R sub O I mean is simply 2 gallons per minute pa rin. Per minute. So simplify natin. So dA over dt is equal to 1 pound per gallon times 2 gallon per minute. Magka-cancel yung gallon natin. Magiging 2 pounds per minute na siya. 2 pounds per minute yung nagfo-flow or di kaya yung amount nung salt na nagfo-flow papasok. Minus A is the ano natin yan, variable natin yan. Oh, this is not pounds, no? Erase. This is gallon dapat. Yan. Then simplifying, magiging, magka-cancel yung gallon dyan. 2 over 100 is simply 1 over 50. So magiging A over 50. Ang magiging unit na natin is yung A is in pounds, so per minute yan. This is simply pounds per minute. So pounds per minute, pounds per minute. This is simply amount of water, I mean salt, na nagpapas o di kaya pumapasok do sa tangke natin per unit time. Or di kaya, yan yung amount ng water natin. I mean, water daw, paulit-ulit. Amount ng salt natin dun sa solution natin. Okay? So simplify natin. Dito. Yan. So dA over dt is equal to 2 minus A over 50. What if i-transpose natin si A over 50 sa other side? So, transpose dA over dt plus A over 50 is equal to 2. So, ito na yung differential equation. Then, kailangan natin isolve yung magiging solution natin. Solution for this differential equation. So, recalling yung mga first order differential equation natin, ano kaya yung pwede nating i-apply? Ha? Any idea kung ano yung pwede nating i-apply? 'Di ba itong equation na 'to is parang may sinusunod siyang format. And yung format na yun, if maalala, is simple yung linear differential equation natin. Right? So, meron tayong differential equation dito, function ng differential equation, tapos meron tayong function of A dito na walang katabing independent variable t, and meron tayong function of a dito. Again, walang independent variable t. So this is a linear differential equation. So, i-apply natin yung solution of differential equation. Recalling, 'di ba? Kailangan muna natin i-solve yung integrating factor t natin dito. So, kailangan natin yung t. Pero ang gagawin natin, hindi t yung gagamitin natin para hindi natin mapag-mix yung time t dun sa integrating factor t natin. So, let's say z siya. Z natin is simply the integrating factor wherein equal yan saan? E raised to the integral of, wait lang, ang pangit mo, integral of, di ba? Yung function nung independent variable which is t, dt. So substituting e raised to the integral of, ano yung p of t natin? Di ba yan yung, eto, yung 1/50 dito? Yan yung magiging p of t natin. So, 1/50 dt. So, z natin is, o ano kaya yung integral of 1/50 dt? 'Di ba is simply, ano, t over 50, right? So, yan na yung integrating factor z natin. Now, if you recall, yung magiging solution natin for linear differential equation is simply z times a natin equal the integral of z times yung function of t natin or di kaya independent variable natin, t, time. So, that is the t, right? And this q of t dito is simply yan yung function dun sa opposite side natin which is C2. So, substituting yung z natin is e raised to t over 50. Yung a natin is a variable equal to the integral of e raised to t over 50. Substitute mo lang. And again, yung q of t natin is 2 dt. So, kunin natin yung integral nito, which is simply, ito lang naman yung problem natin dito, yung magiging integral natin dito. Pero you simply use up this and you will come up with, syempre, integral of e raised to u is simply e raised to u lang din. So, simplifying, taking the integral, equal yan sa, o pag ni-use up mo, ang lalabas is simply, magiging 50 times e raised to u, yung u natin is t over 50 times 2. So, magiging 50 times 2, magiging 100, e raised to t over 50 pa rin. Pero do not forget your plus c. So, what if, sabi nga natin kanina, kailangan natin yung function ni a with respect to time. So, ang gagawin natin, i-isolate natin si a dito by simply multiplying both side by e raised to negative t over 50. So, by doing so, we will come up with a is equal to 100 na lang, magka-cancel din yan, equal c e raised to negative t over 50. So, yan na yung equation natin ng a with respect to time. So, next slide tayo, no? Di ba ang ginagawa natin is kinukuha natin yung value ng arbitrary constant c natin dito. So, yun yung gagawin natin. Yung equation natin, rewrite natin as a is equal to 100 plus c e raised to negative t over 50. Paano natin kukunin yung c, arbitrary constant c dyan? 'Di ba kumukuha tayo ng mga boundary conditions? O sa tingin nyo, ano yung magagamit nating conditions? Yung conditions na yun is na yung nasa first statement niya na mismo. Sabi niya initially 100 gallons daw yung brine, holding 100 pounds of dissolved salt. So basically, at time t is equal to 0, yung amount of salt natin or simply A sub O is equal to 150 pounds. So ang gagawin natin, substitute lang natin si T as 0, A sub O is equal to 150 pounds. So magiging 150 is equal to 100 plus C e raised to negative 0/50. So basically dito magiging 1 na lang to. So yung C natin is magiging 50 na lang. Okay? So yung magiging final equation natin for the amount natin is simply A is equal to 100 plus 50 e raised to negative t over 50. Okay? So, ang problems na lang natin dito is simply substitute na lang natin yung t natin na 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours para malaman yung amount ng salt. So basically, at li- li- at t is equal to 1 hour or 60 minutes, substitute na lang natin. Yung amount is equal to 100 plus 50 e raised to negative 60. Kailangan in minutes yan kasi yung derivation natin is in minutes din, di ba? In minutes din yung mga given natin. Over 50. So, syempre, hindi natin kayang i-calculate, i-mental yan. Ang gagawin natin is, kakalculator natin. Magiging 100. Wait lang. Yan. Uy, nag-crash. Ulit. Wait lang, guys. Yon. Yan. So, 100 minus, plus pala. Plus 50 raised to e raised to, paglagay na lang natin alpha x kasi variable natin yun. Divided by 50. Dapat pala negative to. Negative. So, ang gagawin natin dito is magka-calc na lang tayo. Calc 60. Yan. So, yung magiging amount of salt natin after 60 minutes is simply, dun sa tangke natin is simply 115.059 or simply 0.06 na lang. Okay? 115.06. Anong unit? It is simply pounds. Yan yung sagot. At t is equal to 1 hour. At t is equal to 2 hours naman is simply 120 minutes. And then gagawin natin, substitute na lang natin 120. Okay? So, calc 120. O, yung amount of salt na lang natin dun sa tangke natin is 104.54. So, A is equal to 104.54 pounds. And lastly, yung amount of salt natin at time 3 hours. So, simply 6, 12, 18, 180 minutes. So, gagawin natin, substitute na lang natin, calc 180 equal mo 101.37. Yung A natin, amount of salt is 101.37 pounds. So, ganun lang kadali. Ang pangit ng ano, sulat sa okey lang 'yan, pogi naman ako. So, next problem, may tanong? Oh, kung may tanong siyempre chat niyo ko. Next problem. A certain manufacturing plant has a mixing tank initially filled with 100 gallons of brine containing 1 pound of salt per gallon of solution. Brine from another processing area containing 2 pounds of salt per gallon is piped into the tank at a rate of 5 gallons per minute. The mixture is kept uniform by constant stirring and flows out of the tank at the same rate. Find the two. How much is in the salt after 10 minutes? In the tank. How much salt is in the tank after 10 minutes? B. How long will it take for the salt content to reach 150 pounds? Syempre, again, sulat natin yung equation natin kanina para hindi tayo malito. Dito na lang. dA over dt equal to concentration in, flow rate in, minus concentration out, flow rate out. So, hanapin muna natin C sub I, R sub I. C sub I is yung concentration nung pumapasok na solution. So, basahin natin. A certain manufacturing plant has a mixing tank initially filled with 100 pounds of brine containing 1 pound of salt per gallon of solution. So, sabi niya, at time t is equal to 0, initially kasi, yung magiging volume natin is simply equal yan sa 100 gallons. Hindi naman mababago yan. Kasi sabi niya, same rate yung pag-flow out. So, and also, meron siyang sinabi dito na concentration, which is yung 1 pound of salt per gallon. C is equal to 1 pound of salt per gallon. It is simply, ito yung magiging, hindi ito yung nagfo-flow in or flow out Parang ito lang yung sinasabi niyang amount of salt per gallon natin. So, paano natin malalaman yung magiging amount of salt? E di multiply mo na lang dito yung V natin dun sa C natin. So, dun sa initially yung tank natin is meron siyang 100 gallons times 1 pound per gallon is simply yung initial amount natin na salt dun sa tank natin is simply 100 pounds. Okay? Yun lang yung sinasabi niya. Hindi yan yung in concentration papasok or palabas. So, yan yung sa first statement niya. And gagamitin natin yan pamaya to solve for the value of C dun sa initial condition natin or di kaya boundary condition. Then sabi niya, check muna natin kung nagre-record ba? Nagre-record pa? Yes. Sabi niya, this, sana. Brine from another processing area containing 2 pounds of salt per gallon is piped into this tank. Sabi niya, so basically parang pinupunta dun sa tangke. So yung sinabi niyang 2 pounds per gallon dyan is simply, yan yung concentration in. C is equal to 2 pounds per gallon. C in. Inflow yan. At a rate of 5 gallons per minute. Since rate yan, it is simply yung R sub I natin is equal to 5 gallons per minute. The mixture is kept uniform by constantly stirring and flows out of the tank at the same rate. So basically, itong 5 gallons per minute natin is simply yung R sub O. So yung C sub O natin again is hindi equal sa C sub I wherein yan ay yung amount per volume natin. When yun in yung amount natin, again, nagbabago yan per unit time. So, variable A pa rin siya divided by the volume natin which is initially 100 gallons. Okay? So, substitute na natin. 'Di ba? dA over dt equal C sub I is 2 pounds per gallon times yung flow rate natin is 5 gallon per minute. Minus yung C sub O natin is simply A over 100 gallon yan times yung 5 gallon per minute natin. So, simplifying magiging 2 pounds per minute na lang 'to. Minus eto, 5 over 100 is simply ano, 5 divided by 100 is simply 1 over 20. So, magiging A over 20 and ang unit nito is pounds per minute din. So, again, eto na yung magiging differential equation natin or yung change in amount ng salt natin per unit time natin. So, simplifying, magiging dA over dt equal to 2 minus, mali. This is not 2. Burahin. Nakalimutan natin yung multiply sa 5. So, this is 5. Ay, 10. 2 times 5 is simply 10. Sorry. So, this is, erase din. Magiging 10 minus A over 20. O, same yung ginawa natin kanina. Transpose si A over 20 sa kabila. So, magiging dA over dt plus A over 20 equal 10. And again, sinusundan niya yung format ng linear differential equation natin. So, we have to solve for the solution. Again, solve muna natin yung integrating factor t natin. Equal yan sa z e raised to the integral of yung function of t natin dun sa second term natin which is simply 1 over 20 dt. So, taking the integral of 1 over 20 dt, magiging equal yan sa e raised to t over 20 lang. Okay? So, and again, yung magiging solution natin for linear differential equation is simply z times yung dependent variable a equal the integral ng, kopyahin natin si z times yung q of a natin. Q of a ba? Q of t. Which is yan lang yung function dun sa kabilang side. dt. Z natin e raised to t over 20. A equal to integral of e raised to t over 20. Yung q of t natin is simply 10 dt. So solving, magiging e raised to t over 20, a equal to, by doing u sub again, magiging 20 e raised to t over 20 yan times 10 plus c. So simplify natin. Again, e raised to t over 20. Ayusin natin. T over 20 times a equal integral, tapos na pala. 20 times 10 is 200. E raised to t over 20 plus yung c natin. Simplify natin. Simplifying, multiply both side by e raised to negative t over 20. So we will come up with the function of a with respect to time na yan. So magiging 200, magkakancel yung e raised to t over 20 plus C e raised to negative t over 20. So, ito na yung equation natin. Ang problem na lang is yung C. Tanggalin natin yung C natin dito. Siyempre, gagamitin natin ulit yung boundary condition natin, which is obviously yung at t equal to 0, yung magiging amount of salt natin is equal to what? Given as yung sinolve natin kanina, which is 100. So, substitute natin. 100 is equal to 200 plus e raised to, yung C pala muna. Burahin na lang natin. C e raised to negative 0 over 20. So, basically, this is 1 na, I mean. So, simplifying, magiging, transpose mo si 200 sa kabila, magiging 200, 100 minus 200, magiging negative 100 equal to C. So, yung C natin is negative 100. So, substitute natin sa equation natin. A is equal to negative 100, mali, 200 minus, substitute na natin si negative 100, so magiging minus 100 e raised to negative t over 20. So, ito na yung equation ng amount ng salt natin. Ang gagawin na lang natin is isosolve yung pinapahanap. Sabi niya daw, at time t is equal to 10 minutes. Ano daw yung amount of salt? Substitute na lang tayo. A is equal to 200 minus 100 e raised to negative 10 over 20. So, ang gagawin natin, magka-calculator tayo. Edit na lang natin to. This is 200. This is negative 100. And t over 20 to. So, calc, ang t natin is 10. So, we will come up with 139.35 pounds. So, A is 139.30, ano na? 35 pala, pounds. So, ito yung amount ng salt natin at time t is equal to 10 minutes dun sa tangke. Sabi niya naman daw, how long will it take for the salt content to reach 150 pounds? Sabi niya, yung salt content is 150 pounds. So, basically, yan yung amount natin. 150. Ano daw yung magiging time required para ma-reach yung amount na yan? Gagawin lang natin, oops, Windows 1. Mag-shift solve lang tayo actually. Equal mo yan sa yung amount of salt natin is 150. Shift solve, lalabas is, para mabilis yung calculator natin, since 139 pounds na to, time t is equal to 10 minutes, so ano yung expect nating value para 150 to? Somewhere around 10 minutes na din. So, lagay mo na lang 10 minutes. So, ang lalabas is t is equal to 13.86 minutes. So, kunwari magsulat tayo, 150 minus 2 equal 200 minus 100 e raised to negative t over 20. So, t is equal to 13.86 minutes. So, ito na yung sagot. Okay? Ganun lang siya kadali. So, parang linear differential equation siya. Okay? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Let's proceed. A tank has 50 gallons of salt water with 2 pounds of salt per gallon of solution. Brine solution containing 3 pounds of salt per gallon of solution comes in at the rate of 2 gallons per minute. And the well-stirred mixture flows out of the tank at a rate of 3 gallons per minute. Find how much salt is in the tank after 3 minutes. O, ito yung kailangan nating malaman. Sabi niya, merong nagfa-flow in na rate is 2 gallons per minute and nagfa-flow out na 3 gallons per minute. So, itong case na to is yung second case na natin, which is yung inflow rate is not equal to outflow rate. So, ang mababago lang dito is yung equation ng volume natin, which is not consistent or di kaya constant per unit time natin. Yun lang naman yung mababago. So, ang gagawin natin is to determine yung mga given muna. A tank has 50 gallons of salt water with 2 pounds of salt per gallon of solution. Ang kailangan lang natin dito is simply tong 50 gallons of salt water, which is yan yung magiging initial volume natin. Pero again, hindi equal yung inflow rate tsaka outflow rate. So, hindi ito yung magiging volume natin all throughout. So, this is the initial volume at time t is equal to 0. Sabi niya, with 2 pounds of salt per gallon of solution. Ang sinasabi dito is yung concentration nung nasa loob ng tangke at time t is equal to 0, which is 2 pounds per gallon. O, para malaman natin yung amount ng salt, simply multiply mo lang yung dalawa. So, 50 gallon times 2 pound per gallon is simply magiging yung amount of salt initially is equal to 100 pounds. So, ano po yung mga given na sinabi? Brine solution containing 3 pounds of gallon of solution, which is yan yung magiging C sub O natin. 3 pounds of ah, salt per gallon. And then may sinabi siyang rate, which is yan yung mali to, hindi out to. This is dapat I. R sub I is equal to 2 gallons per minute. Then, and the well-stirred mixture flows out of the tank at a rate of 3 gallons per minute. So, basically, yung R sub O natin is 3 gallons per minute. O, babalik lang tayo dun sa equation natin kanina, which is yung dA over dt is equal to C sub I, R sub I, minus C sub O, R sub O. Substitute dA over dt equal to, yung C sub I natin is simply 3 pounds per gallon times yung R sub I natin na 2 gallons per minute minus C sub O. Wala tayong C sub O, pero alam natin it is simply yung amount of salt per volume. Pero sabi natin kanina, yung volume is kapag hindi constant yung flow rate natin, hindi constant yung volume natin kasi yung inflow rate tsaka outflow rate is not equal. It is simply equal yan sa initial volume plus R sub I times T minus R sub O times T. So, substitute natin yung A natin, C sub O, A is equal to V sub O plus, ano yung R sub I natin? Given ba? Yes, which is 2 times T minus R sub O is given as 3 times T. Times yung R sub O natin na 3 gallons per minute. So, sa substitute natin or di kaya simplify natin. Dito, simplify na lang natin dito. Sorry, pangit yung sulat. Okay lang. Pogi naman. So, dA over dt 3 times 2, 6 gallons. 6 pounds per minute na yan. Minus, kopyahin yung A. Tapos yung 3 natin, lagay na lang natin dito. Actually, pagitna natin. O, yung denominator muna. Yung V sub O natin, yung initial volume natin is simply 50 minus yung 2T minus 3T is simply magiging negative 3, negative T na lang siya. Right? And then mangyayari is, yung sa taas natin, 3A lang. So, again, simplify natin, transpose natin yung may A sa kabila, magiging positive 3A over 50 minus T is equal to 6 na lang siya. So again, this is a linear differential equation. So, solve muna natin yung integrating factor z natin. Equal yan sa the integral of P of t natin is simply 3 over 50 minus t dt. Z is equal to, when you do u sub ulit, u sub ba? Mali. Pwede. Mag-u sub na kaya dyan. Factor out mo yung 3, pwede naman. Then let u be equal to 50 minus t. Then you will come up with e raised to the integral, 3 times negative ln of 50 minus t. Tama ba? Yes. So, ang mangyayari ay, simplify. Z is equal to, magiging taas, magiging negative, magiging 50 minus t, wait lang, ito tataas siya, di ba? Aangat yan. And may negative 3 dito. Ay, negative 1 dito. Aangat din yan. So, magiging exponent siya. Then, e raised to ln is magka-cancel lang. Magiging 50 minus, minus daw. Sakto. 50 minus t raised to negative 3. So, yan yung integrating factor t natin. Okay? And then, siyempre, yung solution for a linear differential equation is simply z, wait lang, z is times yung dependent variable a natin equal to the integral of z times yung q of t natin, dt. Substitute, magiging 50 minus t raised to negative 3 times a is equal to integral of 50 minus t raised to negative 3. Yung q of t natin is yung 6 na nasa kabila, dt. So, ilabas mo na lang si 6 dito. So, yung magiging integral ng 50 minus t raised to negative 3 is simply negative 3 times 50 minus t. Mali. Hindi yan. Derivative yung ginawa ko. Let 50 minus t raised to negative 3 plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1. Pero don't forget to multiply by negative 1 kasi negative t yung andito. Times 6 dt. So, equal yan sa, this is, negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. So, 50 minus t raised to negative 2 divided by negative 2. Merong negative 6 dito. Magkakancel lang yan. Don't forget to add your plus c. So, equal yan sa negative 6 over negative 3, magiging 3 na lang siya. 350 minus t raised to negative 2 plus c. Ito ay 50 minus t raised to negative 3 times a. So again, express natin yung equation with respect to a. So we have to multiply both sides by 50 minus t raised to 3. So we will come up with A is equal to 3 times, long, yan, times, anong matitira? E di magkakancel tong negative 2 and 3. Matitira na lang is 1. So maging 50 minus t na siya. Plus C, 50 minus t raised to 3. So again, we have to eliminate the arbitrary constant C by using initial value boundaries. So at time t is equal to 0, ano na yung boundary natin? Yung A natin is equal to 100 pounds. So we can substitute. So 100 is equal to 3 times 50 minus 0 plus C, 50 minus 0 raised to 3. So this is magiging 100 equal to 150 plus C na 50 raised to 3 is, calculator na natin, wag na natin pahirapan ng sarili. 50 cube is what? 12500 times 12500. Kulang ba? Isa pang 0. Yan. So simplifying, solving for C. Equal yan sa, wag na, tinatamad ako, shift solve na lang natin. 100 minus 150. Tapos divide mo ng 12500. Isa pa. Yan. So, negative 1 over 2500. 2,500. Yan yung C natin. So, simplify natin. Yung magiging equation natin is A equal to 3 times 50 minus T plus, since negative to, minus na siya, minus 50 minus t raised to 3 over 2500. So, yan na yung equation natin ng amount of salt per unit time. Now, ang pinapatanong is, ano daw yung amount of salt natin after 5 minutes. So, ito na yung equation natin. At time t is equal to t is equal to 5 minutes. Ano daw yung A natin? So, A is equal to 3 times 50 minus 5 minus 50 minus 5 raised to 3 over 2500. O, siyempre, ika-calculator na natin yan. O, 3 times 50 minus 5, 45. Minus, 50 minus 5 is 45 raised to 3 divided by 2500. So, yung amount of salt natin is 98.55 pounds. So, yan na yung sagot natin. So, which makes sense kasi after 5 minutes, initially we have 100 pounds. So, after 5 minutes, since mas marami yung nagpa-flow out, dapat medyo mababawasan siya. Okay? Konti lang naman yung mababawas. So, 98.55 pounds ang amount of salt natin after 5 minutes. That's it for the mixture problems. Susunod is additional problems, which is orifice. Application din to ng differential equation natin. Ito naman, dinagdag ko siya kasi Ito yung pinaka on point na topic natin sa, future topics ng engineering, which is under taught sa hydraulics sa third year, second sem niyo pa 'to. Kaya dinagdag ko siya para at least maalala niyo 'pag madadaanan niyo na ulit. Lumalabas 'to sa board exam, which is sa HGE natin, super labasin 'to, orifice. Okay. So sana maalala. Orifice, it is simply an opening or hole through which fluid can flow. Para mas maintindihan natin, kunwari meron tayong um, general cross-section dito. Meron tayong tubig tapos tangke. Siyempre, iba-iba yung shape, medyo weird. Kasi general nga. Meron tayong initial height ng water, let's say, h sub 1 or depth ng water. Yung orifice is simply magfo-flow out. Pag binuksan mo dyan, magfo-flow out yung water natin. Okay? Ay, hindi nakabantay pala. Meron tayong h dito, representing yung variable na height natin. Tapos yung h sub 2 natin is yan yung second height naman ng water natin after time t na nag-flow out na yung tubig natin. So, this problem kasi is falling head. Basically, yung head kasi natin dito is simply yung height ng water natin. Falling head means bumaba yung height ng water natin. It occurs when the outflow exceed the inflow. So basically, bababa yung magiging depth ng water natin, causing the water level to drop. Kaya falling head, bababa yung level ng water. Falling. So considering this strip ng water natin, okay? Yan is mayroong magiging differential height. Sobrang liit na strip yan. Meron siyang magiging differential height. Kasi representing this is yung magiging height ng water natin. And syempre, yung AS natin. Or di kaya, cross-sectional area ng water natin. Kunwari, kinat mo dito yung water natin, tapos tinignan mo from taas, yung makikita mong surface area. Kailangan natin yan. Kasi yung flow rate natin, 'di ba sabi natin kanina, it is simply yung volume natin na nagfo-flow sa isang cross-section per unit time. Okay? And since nagbabago yung flow rate, magbabago yung flow rate natin, 'di ba? Imagine mo na lang, 'di ba yung jug of water, kapag mas konti yung tubig natin, mas mabagal yung lumalabas na tubig. So parang ganun. So kapag dumadalo yung tubig dito, nagbabago yung flow rate natin. So per unit time magiging ganito yan. Maging differential volume per differential time. Okay? With respect to time. So simplifying, cross-multiply na, baliktad-baliktad mo lang yan. So magiging cross-multiply, magiging dt, integral of dt equal to the integral of dv over q. Wherein yung q natin, again, yan yung flow rate natin. And, so pag kinuha mo yung integral niyan, magiging t is equal to integral of dv natin, yan yung differential volume ng water. Considering this strip, so dH times AS is simply parang yung differential volume na natin. Right? So magiging AS dH. Bakit negative? Negative kasi nababawasan yung tubig natin. Okay? Times yung dH natin. Okay? Divided by Q. So, equal yan sa from. Siyempre, initially sa H1 natin, papunta dun sa final height natin. Let's say H2. Yan. So, magiging ganito yung equation natin. AS dH over Q. And yung Q natin dito, since orifice yung pinag-uusapan, equal yan, yung Q dito, equal yan sa CA squared of 2GH. Lagi nyo nang tandaan. Kapag orifice, CA 2GH. Yung C dito is yung coefficient of discharge natin. Yan is, didiscuss na yan sa hydraulics. Pero dito sa differential equation natin, it is assumed to be equal to 1 na lang. Ha? Huwag nang magtatanong, 1 na lang muna siya. Kung curious kayo kung ano si C dito, coefficient of discharge. Okay? Again, A is yung magiging area of the orifice or di kaya area nung butas. Kunwari bilog yan, edi magiging pi over 4 d squared. Square root of 2gh. G natin is the gravity. Yung h natin is yun yung variable h. Okay? Ito yung magiging general equation for orifice natin. Pero meron tayong mas madaling problem wherein constant yung magiging cross-sectional area natin. For example, etong area natin is a cylinder o yung tangke natin is cylinder. Kahit saan tayo mag-cut sa cross-section natin, circle pa rin siya. So basically, itong AS natin is constant. So yung C natin constant. Yung AO, area of the orifice, constant. 2G is constant. So ang nagbabago lang dito is yung H. So, T is equal to, factor out natin yung constant which is si AS, CA is square root of 2G, right? Then, ang integrate na lang natin is yung 1 over square root of H or simply H raised to negative 1 half. And alam ko, kayang-kaya nyo na kunin yung integral niyan. And considering from H1 to H of 2, so magiging ganito. Sorry, nakalimutan ko From H of 1 to H of 2, tapos negative to. Para maging positive, pagpalitan mo lang yung boundaries. Pagbaliktarin mo, okay? Sorry, nakalimutan. Equal yan sa, oh, propagin mo lang siya. So, magiging, kopyahin yung constant, integral, magiging 2h raised to 1 half from H1, from H2 to H1, so magiging ganito yan. Substitute mo lang to actually, di ba? Tapos minus mo. Okay? So, ito na yung magiging equation natin. For the time to take yung initial height natin para maabot dito. So, initially yan dito, bababa hanggang dito, ano yung time required? Ito na yung equation. Okay? Kasi usually, time yung tinatanong for this problem. Apply natin. Find the time for a cylindrical tank of radius 8 feet and height of 10 feet to empty water through a round hole of radius 1 inch at the bottom of the tank, assuming cylindrical tank is initially full. Use G is equal to 32 feet per second squared. So ano ulit yung formula natin? 'Di ba? T is equal to 2AS over CAO square root of 2G times square root of H sub 1 minus square root of H sub 2. So substitute na lang tayo. Meron tayong AS. T is equal to area yan ng cross-section. So sabi niya cylindrical tank daw yan. Ganito. Right? So kahit saan ka mag-cut dyan, circle yung makikita mo, right? So yung magiging area for the surface is ito, which is circular yan. So equal yan sa 2 times pi, ano yung given? Radius. So pi r squared lang yan. So 8 squared. Divided by yung C natin, sabi natin, assume as 1 times yung AO natin, area of the orifice o di kaya yung butas. Meron daw butas dito, then mag-flow out yung water natin. Which is sabi niya may radius na 1 inch. So magiging pi times 1. Feet to kanina, inch to. So need nating i-convert si 1 inch into feet by simply dividing by 12. Square mo yan. Square root of 2G which is 32 yung gravity natin. In English units yan. Times square root of, ano yung H1 natin? Yan yung initial height natin which is simply eto, H sub 1 natin. Saan ba equal yan? Di height ng tank which is 10. Yung H2 natin is kung ano yung gusto nating maging height ng water natin at final position. Sabi niya to empty the water. Di basically, kung wala ng tubig dito, yung magiging H2 natin is 0 na. Yun na yung height ng water natin kapag empty. So, magiging H1 natin is 10 minus square root of yung H2 natin is simply 0. So, substitute mo na, i-calculator mo na lang yan. So, yung calculator natin, substitute natin, magiging 2 times pi times 8 square divided by 1, wag na natin ilagay, pi, cancel na sana yan, times 1/12 square square root of 2 times 32 times yung square root of 10 natin. Equal, ito na ay 7,285.89. T is equal to 7,285.89. What is the unit? Given tayo ng second dito. So, second. So, ito na yung time it takes to empty the cylindrical tank. Okay? Yun lang. Sana maalala. Thank you, everyone. That's it for the discussion. I hope you've learned something. If there are any question, please PM me. And goodbye. Thank you. Love you.